Okay guys, today I am going to show you how to put vinyl onto cinder blocks. You can use rocks, you can use boards if you're going to leave them outside with the same method. I'm using this cinder block. It's going to go out by my grandmother's gravesite. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to take Mod Podge outdoor, and you want to put like 4 or 5 different coats onto your surface. So your brick, your rock, whatever you're using. Super easy. You just put it on here. I have already put 4 coats on this one, so I'm going to move over to another brick to show you guys. You just take your, I use the sponge. I think it's easier. But you just take your sponge and you just go straight up and down. You can go sideways if you want, no big deal. Doesn't matter. It goes on white, but it will dry clear. You want to just make sure you get all the little divots in the rock or the wood, whatever you're using. And you just put a quick layer on. I usually wait about 15 minutes in between applying my Mod Podge. So I put on a coat and then I go do something else. Your last coat you put on, you want it to still be a little bit sticky. So I would probably wait maybe 5 or 10 minutes for that one. But you just basically go back and forth. I'm sure you guys know how to paint a rock. And you just make sure it's all covered. I already did this one not too long ago. I might touch it up just a bit. It does come on white. It will dry clear. So the next thing I do is I just measure. Let me see, just a second. I just measure my block so that I know, or my rock, whatever I'm using, so I know how big to make my image. This one is 9 by 9, so I'll probably make my image 8 by 8. So I am going to head over to the Cricut machine and I'll show you guys my next steps from there. Okay, so my grandma was obsessed with butterflies. So I'm doing your wings were ready, but our hearts were not, with butterflies on there. And I'm just going to make it about 7.5 inches. It's a little bit over, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so there's my image. I can zoom in for you guys. Here's my image and it's ready to go. So again, for the beginners, pretty simple. You just hit make it, sorry. And then this is going to be printed out on Oracle 651. So that's all I need to do. I don't need to mirror it. I don't need to do anything else other than hit continue. So with the Oracle 651, you do not lay it upside down or shiny side down. You're just going to lay it, sorry, messy on the floor over there. You're going to just lay it down flat. So I will do that and then I will show you guys. Okay, so my vinyl is down on my mat. I don't know why it's so fuzzy and you guys can't see it. There you go. My vinyl is down on the mat and we're ready to go. Like I said, I don't ever measure out and cut because I always will cut around my image when I'm done. You can smooth out all the bumps, make sure that it's all nice and flat. Then you put it right into your Cricut. I haven't even turned mine on this morning. Okay, so now it's in my Cricut. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click continue. again, my mirror image is off because I'm printing on Oracle 651. Come over, hit my flashing button, and then I hit my C and it will start cutting it out. Okay, so my image is cut out. I'm going to, like I said before, I always start with taking off the outer layer and just making sure. Okay, I'm going to put my phone down so I can pull this up the right way. And I will come back when I'm done. Okay, so here is my project all weeded out and ready to go. This is the brick I'm putting it on. I think it will look awesome on there. It fits perfectly. So now this is where you take your transfer tape. I personally feel that Cricut transfer tape is the devil. So I've used it. I unstick it multiple times. I still don't like it. What I use is just plain old transparency tape. It's actually the drawer covers. I buy it at the Dollar Tree. I get a huge roll. I just cut down the size I need. So that's what I use. You can use whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I have my transparency tape. Now I'm going to just lay it over my image and smooth everything out. Okay, so it's on there. Now I just need to smooth it. I have a spatula. It's not with me right at the moment, so I'm just going to take the edge of my scissors, rub it through, just making sure. I use my hand too, just to make sure that it's all sticking there. And I can show you, if some of it doesn't stick, it's okay. Don't freak out. Okay, so now I'm going to try, well, shoot. Not sure how to do this and show you guys at the same time. I'm going to try and flip it over and do it this way. If not, I'm going to have to, I have the transparency tape laid down. I don't know if it's going to work doing it this way. If not, I'm going to have to flip it over. But I'm just rolling, the transparency tape is down again against my table, and I am just rolling this back. And if you see right here, that didn't hold up, so I'm just going to go back over it on this side, push it down some more, and then come back over here and peel this side up. Honestly, I've never done it this way, but actually I think it might be easier. So, and that's basically how I figure all this out. I just trial and error. This by far is the easiest I've ever had this stick. So, I can see what's not coming up, and I can peel it right back down like that. So, that's not sticking. So let me fold it back over. Yeah, this is pretty awesome how easy this is. The E didn't stick, so I'll just go push it back down. So it's just basically trial and error. I'm going to finish going ahead and pulling all of this up, and then I will come back and show you what the next step is. Okay, so everything's on my transfer tape. I'm figuring out where I want to put it. I did mess up the W right here and the R right there, which is fine. I can fix it after I lay it down. But I'm going to smooth this over onto my brick. And I'm just going to keep pushing it down, keep pushing it down. So I'm going to do this, and then after I get it all pushed down, I'm going to start peeling up my transfer tape like this, and if things start popping up, I'm just going to stick them down with my finger. So obviously I'm going to need both hands for this. So I will come back when I'm halfway done and show you where I'm at. Okay, I'm not halfway done yet, but I wanted to show you real fast. I'm pulling up and things are still coming up, which is fine. It happens with even the Cricut stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut along the part that is already pulled up to allow me more control and to help. So I just cut off that big of a piece to allow me more control so that I can start little again and then just kind of push down as I'm peeling up. And then I just go over with my finger and just push it all back down. So this way, I definitely did not rub hard enough to get this to stick to this rock, but that's fine. Rocks are a little bit harder than a solid surface. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to fight with this butterfly. There we go. So this is what I'm going to do is just continue to keep pulling and cutting so that I have a stronger grip and I can have more control with pushing down and pulling up at the same time. If you put pressure on where you're rolling back, it will work out a lot better. I don't know if you can see that. So sometimes you just have to find out which direction, which pressure works the best. So I'm going to finish this and then I will come back on and show you guys the next steps. Okay, so transfer tape is all off. I'm just going to go through here with my finger, make sure everything's pushed down really, really well. With the rocks, there's a lot of divots in them. Make sure I like everything. Ooh, see? So, that A is a little bit messed up, but it's okay. I could change it out if I wanted to print another one, but for the sake of this video, it will be okay. I'm going to fix this W. I think he's a little spread out. Okay. Oh, now my dog's gonna bark. So there it is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the outdoor Mod Podge again, and I am going to put layers and layers and layers, making sure each layer is dry before I re-put this on. This is going to seal my Oracle 651 onto this rock, and it's going to allow it to be waterproof, so it can sit out in the rain, it can sit out in the water winter, which is exactly what I want it to do, because I will be putting this between my grandmother and grandfather's graves out at the cemetery. So as you can see, I'm just painting over all my letters. If I see something that's kind of popping up, I'll go back down and smooth it again. Not a big deal at all. You don't have to go all the same direction. I do just out of habit, really. If my letter starts peeling up when I'm going down, I will go back over it with the opposite direction, and then kind of go back again. So this is it. You just go and you paint. over and over again. I put a really good coat on it at first. I let it dry for 15 minutes. I'll come back and I will put another coat on it. I'm not going to pause this video multiple times to show you every time I put a coat on it, but I will, however, let this one dry and pause the video until I get this one done, and I will come back and show you the very end result, and then I will also run down everything I used again. So if you have questions, you can leave them in the comments of this video. Please subscribe so that you know when I'm uploading new videos. I'm going to try and do 1 to 2 videos every day. I can't make a promise because it is summer break and I do have 3 children. And so I will be back as soon as I got hair in that. As soon as I am done with this one, I'm trying to pull my hair out, sorry. As soon as I am done with this one, I will come back on and show everybody what it looks like. Okay, so this one dried. I put another coat on, and I'm going to show you just something that I do. You don't really have to do it. I just do it for kind of an extra peace of mind. I take this heating tool right here. I don't even know where I got it. I think probably Joann's. I'm pretty sure Walmart carries it. And I stay kind of far away from it. But I just go over my letters with one last coat on it. It helps it dry. But it also helps, like, adhere the vinyl. Even though it's not heat transfer, it just kind of makes it stick better to the surface. And it also helps dry the Mod Podge up. Sorry if you can't hear me. So I just wanted to show you that this is what I do. You don't want to get too close because it will melt your vinyl. Because I don't know if you can see, it does get in there. Okay, so I dried it. I pressed it on there again. It's a little sticky, but that's fine. It will continue to dry, but when it is dry, you can see the white Mod Podge is no longer white. It does dry clear. So that's it. Again, we used Oracle 651. You can use regular Cricut vinyl. I have done that as well. You definitely need the outdoor Mod Podge again. Again, you can get it at Walmart, Joann's, Michael's, any craft store. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. It's really not that expensive. I have a big bottle, but you don't really need a big bottle. I use the sponge paintbrush. You can use whatever paintbrush you want that you're most comfortable with. Trying to think what else I used. Instead of the Cricut transfer tape, which if you have it, you love it, great. I personally don't like it even when I unsticky it. So I use clear, transparent magic cover. It's the stuff that you put into drawers and cabinets. I buy it off the Dollar Tree. But that is this video. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. And if you have comments, questions, you can leave them in the comment section. I will try and answer everybody as soon as I can. And please subscribe for the next video.